Good morning and welcome to Get Inspired and Motivated by a life-changing event. It's such a delight to have you, Neil, today because this man is a purely phenomenal man. He's not only a super adventurer who had a dinner on Everest, he's not only the man who was featured in a Business Leader, right? He's not only the man who is the speaker, who's international speaker, phenomenal speaker, and you are also...
What?
Also a big man. Not in terms of size, obviously in size is also good, but in terms of...
I wasn't sure where you were going there.
In terms of what he achieved, what he has done, but what I'm sure, or what you have achieved wasn't that easy. So what I'm after is, could you introduce yourself please, in your own way, how you do it, and also tell people what was the thing that actually made you who you are, and if that wouldn't happen, you wouldn't be this person. This is what I'm after, because all these titles are amazing, and it's really, I'm jealous. I'm honestly jealous of everything what you've got. I think it's phenomenal. But I know it wasn't easy. So what I would like us to do is just pass on to the audience. How did you do it, and what made you who you are? Can we do it?
Hello everybody, I'm Neil Laughton. I am an entrepreneur, a speaker and an adventurer. And it's great to be talking on Olga's podcast and talking to you. So to answer your question, thank you. Yes, I've achieved some things that I've set out to achieve in my life. But actually, if I'm brutally honest, the defining moment was actually probably age 12. And I was in junior school, struggling academically. And essentially what happened was, I don't know if anybody else this has happened to, but it's pretty shocking. I was preparing to go up into the senior school and I mucked up all my exams, and the headmaster said, "Neil, you're a nice young man, but I can't put you through to the senior school." So I was back yeared.
Wow!
And I had to repeat the last year of junior school again. So all my friends went up into the senior school and I was left behind. And it was a defining moment, because that failure could have destroyed me, frankly.
I love that. I think this is really a very important keynote, I think, circumstance in your life when actually you were just at school, and who would think that something at school could affect you for the rest of your life. But actually when we are at school, this one actually we build our mindset, and this one things happen, and this one actually you either become who you did become, very successful trying to prove everybody I can, and you did phenomenally. Like, who would ever have dinner on Everest like I haven't had?
Well, so just to put the record straight, I hosted the world's highest black tie dinner party on Everest, a record at 23,000 feet last year at the North Col of Mount Everest. It was minus 25 degrees centigrade. I had a 2 Michelin star chef prepare the food, and I had 8 diners, including a couple of very fine ladies dressed in ball dresses.
In ball dresses and minus 23, Neil. Are you insane?
Yeah.
Why did you put them in ball dresses?
Interesting. I was thinking actually today, what constitutes a successful program or project, and you actually put the nail on the head there, Olga, because in the shower this morning at 6 or 5:30, whenever I had a shower, I was thinking this: what is the definition of a successful project for me? And it is that which more than one person says you're a lunatic.
I love that. I love that. So if you're a lunatic, you are successful. That's it, done. I love that.
So if somebody says your idea is crazy, don't discard it, because for me that's the precursor for a successful mission.
I love that. That is amazing. So basically what you're saying, at the age of 12, you were not successful at school. And this where actually you thought to yourself, that's it, I'm going to crack on, I'm going to prove everybody now that I can achieve whatever I want to achieve. Is it right?
Exactly right. And I remember when I talk about on stage a defining moment, I have actually dug out the actual report from a geography teacher that said, Neil is trying very hard, but achieving very little.
Oh my God.
I have that very report. And, for me, that was, that era, that year, that time was, for me, the defining moment. It was, I sink or swim.
Wow.
Do you just implode and become a miserable failure and depressed and so forth, or do you find strategies to actually step up and find a route to success and happiness?
You know what? I love that, because very often people think they haven't had a lot of challenges in their lives, what will push them. But sometimes something like this, when you were just not successful at school, can really push you in a very, very harsh way. And you did not stop there, because what you could have done, become drug addicted, start drinking alcohol, and you go down another route rather than this route. And who would believe that actually you are the man who is on the top of the game, actually was not doing well at school?
Yeah, I think we just have to be honest. I mean, yes, I've had some great successes, but, every down moment, and there are times where you don't feel as confident, you don't feel as strong, you don't feel as motivated. And actually, I think everybody, if I can feel that with some of the things that I've ticked off, so to speak, running successful businesses, making decent money, selling a business here, or climbing Everest, or whatever it might be, if I can have those doubtful moments, then I'm pretty sure people out there will also be sharing the same sentiments. And we have to help ourselves. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to be appreciative and aware that there will be times where we're struggling.
And this is a very good moment, actually, because what do you do when you are struggling, when you're at the rock bottom of your life and everything is hard? People don't support you anymore, there's nobody to help you, to guide you. What do you do?
For me, I return to my inner core and my inner determination to succeed. And one of the things for me, if we have time, we can talk about what I think is really important. But one of them is leadership, and I mean your own personal leadership, not devolving the responsibility for your life and what happens to you to others.
Yes.
You have to come up with strategies and be a leader.
Love that, love that. But would you say a leader in general for other people, or a leader first of all for yourself?
I'm talking in this circumstance, in your own leadership.
Yes.
And actually taking action.
Yes.
Taking responsibility. Don't devolve it to others.
Don't devolve it to others. Take responsibility, because you should be a leader first of all to yourself. I love that, really love that. So would you say that this was keeping you going?
Well, it did. In my dark days, dark hours, I knew that I was a good person, that I was very determined, that I would try my hardest. All I needed was, to be motivated, to find my passion, and to create a strategy for success.
I love that. But how do you find the passion? Because very often people struggle with that. They know how to go and find the job. They know how to get married and have children, all these typical stuff what society tells you to do. But how do you find passion?
Well, I think it comes from within. It also comes from trying different things and being open and not being closed, and saying yes a few times more than you say no, and keeping your eyes open and get your face out of your social media and look people in the eye.
Yes.
Talk to people on the train.
Yes.
I've had many expeditions funded by a good donor just by talking to them on a plane, for example.
I love that. I must tell you, what I really admire about you is the way how sociable you are. You just go out there and you speak to absolutely any stranger. And I was observing you sometimes when we were meeting at PSA. You talk. You just go and you talk. But not many people actually have this ability to go to a stranger and start a conversation. As you just said, life can change.
Yeah, well, to be fair, when a 6-foot ex-Russian red-dressed lady approaches you, for sure, I'm a red-blooded male, I will definitely talk to you.
That is very nice. Thank you very much. But I mean to other people as well. But thank you very much. If I have to. If you have to, exactly. If you want to fund your next expedition. Yeah. Yes, there we go. That's beautiful. But may I ask you one more question? The reason why I want to ask one more question, because many people sometimes they do a job or a business and they think that's all, this is their life and this is what I'm meant to do, this is my mission, but not always they are fulfilled. I know you're very happy with your life and you succeeded in so many areas in your life, but would you say there's something what would you do if you wouldn't be doing what you do now? I know it's a bit complicated question.
It's a very complicated.
We're
very early in the morning. It's a very difficult, complicated question.
And it's Saturday.
But
it's a Saturday morning.
I will try and answer it. So I think, there's a lot of people out there, and you might be one of them, who are doing a good job. You earn good money, and you might just not be 100% fulfilled. It's tough. I have reached various milestones in my life and career exactly the same. I remember mid-20s, I was in business in London that was I was a salesman for office equipment, stationery, and I realised that wasn't going to fulfil me. And so I was earning good money. I had to simply start all over again, at the bottom of the ladder, in a new industry, work my way up again, and I found more fulfilment. I've changed again a couple of times since then. And actually, there's no harm in just being courageous and just stepping outside of your comfort zone and trying something new. One way that I could suggest you do it is work out what your passion is by trying lots of different things. Volunteering, work for a charity, go travelling, do an adventure, whatever it is that you can find your passion. Do it for free. Do it in your spare time, and you'll be amazed what opportunities come. If you, as you said before, open your eyes, talk to people, engage, do something different, keep your day job going for a while, and then maybe you'll come to a defining moment where okay, I don't need to be a banker or an accountant anymore. I'd rather be an adventurer or a speaker or whatever it might be.
I love that. I really love that, because that's one of the important points when I work with my clients on their business coaching. Very often they want to start a business and they think, ta-da, I will start a business, and what will happen? Clients will just drop on me, right? And it's not true, as you know.
It's not as easy as that.
No, exactly. So what I always say is really what you just said. It's so matching. Start doing that, yes, but wait until the time when obviously your income from your business is supplementing the income what actually you were having from your job, and then leave your job. Would you agree?
Yeah, there are different ways to apply the principle, but yes, you're right. Don't necessarily commit everything straight off. Don't mortgage your house, for example, in order to do it. I see too many people do that and make a mistake. I've lost money on projects, but it's money that is set aside for risk. Just play it sensible, but do take a risk, but make sure you mitigate that risk if you can.
What's interesting you said that you also had your failures, you also lost something. But would you regret that, or would you learn from that?
Oh, that's the age-old question, is it? Well, seeing as you mentioned, I tried to I did launch and ran an international airline a few years ago. Trying to be a Richard Branson.
I didn't know that.
Well, there's a lot of things you don't know about me, Olga, but so we ran it very successfully for a couple of months, but there was one missing piece of red tape from, I will say it's from France, thank you very much, the French, for scuppering my business, but it was a critical error of judgment from a political sort of situation that was too complicated to resolve, and that was the reason why my international airline failed. But do I regret it? No, I don't. It was great experience. It was good fun. It was challenging. It was something different. And it could have been really successful. So do I regret it? No. Yes, I lost a fair amount of money. But
that's painful.
As a friend of mine said to me once, you can't take money to the grave.
Yes, that's true. But you see, many people, they go after things. They go after people who will make them happy. However, it's not what makes people happy. It's what feelings, what memories, what do you create during the life, what actually you will die and you will think, at least I had a great life. And I'm not saying here, in that case, don't have a job, don't earn money and don't live extraordinary life. I don't mean that. But I mean, when you go after things and people all the time, are you ever happy?
I think the key is to find, if you can, your passion. Find things that you like to do, people that you like to do them with, and then go with your gut instinct. Go with what you think is best. I'm a great believer in common sense. Just apply some common sense to whatever the problem is, and hopefully you'll generally find a way through. I
like that. But you mentioned common sense. What is it? Many people miss that. They really don't understand what means common sense. Could you elaborate more on that so people know what is common sense?
Well, in a broad sense, it's not crossing the road whilst you're looking at your mobile phone. is making sensible decisions based on the situational scenario that you happen to be in. It's not mortgaging your house to start a new business. It's finding somebody else to find the funding to provide for your new business.
But you see, some people might take it as do whatever it takes.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying, there's exceptions to every rule.
Yes, that's very true, and this is where actually people should be really careful, because there's a big difference between do whatever it takes and, as you said, remortgaging your house when your business probably not be successful, where you don't know if you're going to have any clients, whether you're going to have any income or whatever else. So this is really important to be sensible when you make decisions. Would you say that?
Just like you, Olga.
Trying. Well, I must tell you that I'm really delighted to have you here. Not only because you are such a phenomenal man, because you truly are. I really admire you for everything what you have done and what you achieved.
Thank you.
And if I only could achieve at least half of what you have done, I'll be so happy.
That's very sweet.
So happy.
Sweet of you, thank you.
But I would like to find out more about this amazing thing what you're going to do in November. And that was another expedition to Mount Everest, right? Tell us more.
Yeah, so I have a bit of a passion for Mount Everest. I have climbed the mountain. I have helped other teams achieve world records, world firsts, maybe about 6 or 7 of those. And I just have a bit of an addiction for going off climbing, trekking in the Himalayas. It's a fantastic part of the world. And I'm going back again in November, December. And we're here, Olga and I, at the Professional Speaking Association, and I'll be on stage a little bit later, I think after you, Olga, and I'll be offering the opportunity to the PSA members to join me in the Himalayas, to trek with me to the Everest View Hotel, which is the highest hotel in the world, and to deliver their best 20-minute speech talk with Everest in the background. And so that's a little preview to what I will be talking about on stage today.
And I'm so lucky to find out about that. This is phenomenal. So if you're a speaker and you want to create a really amazing, would you say show reel? Part of a show reel?
Yeah, sure.
With a mountain in the background?
With the highest mountain in the world.
With the highest mountain, yes, absolutely.
Background.
With the highest mountain in the world. Be there, definitely. How people are able to sign up for that? It's great to listen about. Yeah, fine.
I can be found on many social media platforms. Neil Laughton, Laughton, and it's neil@laughton.co. Or I'm on social media, Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, etc.
This man is literally like everywhere. You're not going to miss him. But what we will do, we will just mention a link. Do you have a link where people could sign up or something?
They have to contact me directly.
Okay, so in that case, what we'll mention probably an email or a website where actually can go and contact you directly straight away.
Or you can have a look at theinspirationprogram.com.
Theinspirationprogram.com. Awesome. So if you could give one important giveaway based on your life, on your experience, on everything you had so far up to today. I know you have more things to come, more experiences, more memories to make. But so far, everything you achieved, that you have done and you have experienced, what would you give away as a tip of you, if you have? For those who are probably just about to start their lives, for those who are probably just about to finish their college, for those maybe who are in between, oh, what shall I do? I'm not happy with my life, but I really want to be happy, successful, and living my true life. What could you pass on to them?
Well, I could, if we had time, I could
I know.
deliver loads of
No.
nuggets. But if there's just one I have time to give you, it would be this. You know, in my life, I see many people who give excuses for what they don't do. And you could see in their eyes that they're regretting not doing what they would want to do. And the main reason, I think, is fear. And back in 200 BC, during the Roman Republic, there was a Roman centurion and poet by the name of Quintus Ennius. And he said the following wise words: "Fortune favours the brave." And 2,219 years later, I think those words are still relevant. And that is the piece of advice that I would give anybody wanting to achieve greatness and happiness and success, fortune favours the brave. You have to step out, you have to be curious, you have to dream big, you have to be adventurous and create a plan and be determined to see it through to the end.
I love that. And I think this is the most important tip. And I'm sure you could give so many of them, and we probably need to arrange another time when we have more time for that. But this is a great thing to say, because if you're just brave, these fun things start. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your help. I really appreciate you sharing your wisdom and your expertise with the audience. Let's make sure they learn and you apply. Thank you very much.